The unfolding developments in the governing All Progressives Congress following the alleged resignation of the national chairman of the party, it seems like the suspected underlying issues linger within the party. The party's leader, President Bola Tinubu, sure has his work cut out for him as is faced with pressing concerns from national issues like the economy, security, to even the very latest petrol increase. Well, undoubtedly, Mr. Tinubu has taken a few critical steps to fix some of the problems, but can we give him a pat on the back just yet? With the latest crunch from the increase in the cost of petrol, the government plans some form of succor, but will this be enough to bring respite to Nigerians? For more on this and the Tinubu government, I'm joined by a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress and former senator representing Taraba Central Senatorial District in the 9th and Assembly, Senator Yusuf Abubakar. Yusuf, good to see you and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
You know, I decided to use the word alleged because a lot of Nigerians are still waiting to hear from Senator Abdullahi, the chairman or the former chairman. Your party has spoken and he says that he was waiting to speak when the president is back. Quickly here, let us in on what is happening to bring warring sides or individuals, because it seems as if all is not well within the APC.
Well, thank you very much. Like I've always said in the past, this is all politicking.
It's all politics?
It's all politics because in a democracy, you cannot run away from politics. I could remember, when Senator Abdullahi Adamu, His Excellency, was picked, as chairman, out of 4 or 5 of them, as a consensus candidate, of the APC. Well, some accepted it, because it's President Muhammad Buhari that has picked him. But some say, well, let us see how it goes. So the convention went, where, most of the candidates came through consensus. So there were undertones. Some people were not happy with it, but some were happy with it. Election is coming, let us see how we can patch this thing. We do not want to lose election, and the rest. And then, the primary elections came again. And again, a lot of issues came out of them. But APC, with the prevalence of the experience, the age, and then the understanding of President Muhammad Buhari and the respect for him, a lot of people, accepted what has happened. So, we knew that since from then, there are some cracks here and there, but there were cracks that are political in nature. It can be, managed so that, it can be done, comfortably. But, campaign came and the issue of, Senator Ahmed Lawan came up, the chairman came and said, he's a consensus candidate, which, from my own point of view, I don't think he handled it, rightly, because since he was not carried, or he has not carried the members of the National Working Committee and what have you. So maybe, nobody knew about it. Maybe the President Muhammad Buhari did not even know about it. So it came out. Some said, he did it for the benefit of the present, some said otherwise. So, but it's all politics and it's all expected to happen. It happened in the past, it happened yesterday, it's happening today, and it will continue to happen tomorrow.
So because I had Cletus Obun on the program, and I said, because listening to you, one could easily say Senator Abdullahi Adamu was a stabilizer for your party at that point he came on.
Yeah, he was taught, as a former governor, senator, he was a minister, he's an elderly person. So I think it is thought that, look, with this age, with this experience over a period of time, this is the person that can stabilize, the party.
So as it is now, what's the future of your party? Because people are still waiting to know the direction of the APC. Has it truly resigned?
Well, it is an allegation because we have not seen the resignation letter, we have not heard it from him, but one would respect, the meeting that the Deputy National Chairman North, has addressed, the members of the National Working Committee that, both the chairman and the secretary have resigned. So we take it as it is, as they have said it, but that is why I said it's all politics.
I'm happy you're having that smile on your face because for many Nigerians, there are unions, especially the Road Transport Workers Union. In some states at a point in time, they don't have a due process of succession. And that is what people are saying. There's nothing in your party now that anyone can lay claim to say Senator Abdullahi Adamu truly has resigned. But again, let's move forward and speak more about the president and the party. The president is the leader of your party today, and he already has his chosen ones in the National Assembly. You're very familiar with the National Assembly. What would that mean specifically in policy formulation of his renewed hope, and even bringing his list of ministers that he will be working with in the next 4 years?
Well, he's been elected President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We all campaigned, and have actually, worked hard and had him elected. And in terms of where he has started, and in terms of the relationship with the party, yes, it has not been, quite an easy relationship. But certainly, when you have a broken arm and it's been managed and you got healed and they say, no, this hand is not properly, managed, so break it again. And so certainly, things are going to be tough as we go along. No doubt about it. But it requires, experience of the kind of politicians that we have. Some people say there are only two politicians in Nigeria today. And that is, our president and then Atiku Abubakar. So they are the most experienced politicians that we have. And I have no doubt in my mind, the president with a lot of his experience and then with a lot of consultations that will happen, because no sector of the country that will be left behind, a lot of consultation must have. All the caucuses must be consulted so that we try to patch up and then, make, a good policy guidance, policy direction. Because whatever the president is doing now, if these things are not properly managed, they are not properly patched up, we have some people are looking there, or the opposition, members of the opposition, they are looking. They are now probably, happy to see these things, are happening. But what we are saying, no, it will not happen, will not fall into your trap. We'll do the best that we can, since we have one of the best.
Because your party should know better, because your party actually benefited from the infighting in other political parties, specifically the PDP. So does it also worry you that this mediation you spoke about should start in earnest, because some people might be looking the next, political party to join?
Yeah, let me tell you this with due respect. I was member of the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, and why was it created? It was created, to provide, a bottom-top approach in handling, congresses, up till the convention. And we tried the best that we could, to bring a lot of people into it. But remember, a politician, all what he wants is to win election. So, and in winning election, you have to consider all the interests of the other caucuses, interests of the other members of the political party. So, in my own view, we are going to do the best that we can to make sure that we stabilize this. Because if we do not stabilize the governance of this country, by stabilizing the party, we'll have, a lot of issues at our neck. But I believe we can do that. All what it requires is put everybody in the basket and talk together, understand one another, and I'm sure we will get it right.
In getting it right quickly here, let's speak about young people in politics. Looking at you and also Abdullahi, Adamu, the very senior citizens you also mentioned, the president and Atiku Abubakar, many younger politicians coming behind will be asking how best can they pick up from where you all have actually taken the country to. So is your party looking to, in this present dispensation, to bring in a lot of young people and women into the scheme?
This is our expectation. The president says so. That there will be some more number of women, in his administration, and also a number of youth in his administration. You see, this thing between the old and the new, both have to accept to work together. If they all want to mentor, the mentees will also have to accept the mentoring of the old. So if you do not meet this, then you will have problems. So, but the way things are going, I think the mentees understood that the future of this country is theirs. So they must sit down and understand the direction, the historical perspective, where the old people have passed through. It is not everything that, the new ones or the new breed are seeing. I was in the Earth Assembly, we passed this not too young to rule, and we passed the law. And we passed the law with due respect to bring in the youth into it. I think I hear some governors, appointing more youth in their own administration. And I think we will have, a common understanding, because the project is unity of Nigeria.
And lastly, security situation around the country. How is your party managing it at the moment?
Well, it is not something that is easy to manage when you talk about security, because like I've always said, security is not just the responsibility of federal government. It is also the responsibility of the states and also the local governments. So, and also the responsibility of the citizens, because if the citizens do not help the federal government or the government to provide adequate information to work with the government, then they will not have it right. So that is why I said the citizens must stand up to make sure they communicate very, very well with government, so that the government can, what I call the top to bottom. That means we will have a cooperative and consultative federalism. In as much as the federal government is doing its own, the states must understand, must accept, to partake in the unity of this country. After all, the budget is almost 50-50. Whatever the federal government is spending, 50% of it is being spent by the states and local governments. So even in terms of resource spending, is almost one-to-one. So I think we should have good respect between the federal structure.
Senator Yusuf Abubakar. Yusuf, many thanks for speaking with us.
Thank you very much to be around.
Well, that's it for this edition of Arise Prime Time. Do join us again tomorrow. From me and the entire team here in Abuja, is many thanks for watching, and goodbye.